Sagittarius, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's happening for the beautiful Sagittarius this week? Firstly, you have the Hanged Man. Oops. Then you have the King of Wands. Then you have the Three of Wands. Then you have the Temperance card and the Ace of Cups. So as always, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. The Hanged Man, firstly, is spiritual awakening sometimes. It's looking at things from a different angle, seeing things from a different perspective. And when you look at things differently, they look different. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, and there's something very, very prominent around that this week for you. Your mindset is shifting, your perspective is changing, and your life is changing with it. This may be, the Hanged Man can sometimes be like a forced rest. You may be forced to stop and think about things in some way, or it could just be you kind of pulling back and going, oh, I'm overwhelmed, I need to take a breather. And in that, you are kind of re-evaluating the way you're going about your life, or the way you're looking at your life and your circumstances, because you know that something has to change. And yeah, I feel like the way you're seeing yourself, your life, your situation is shifting majorly, and then your life is shifting with it because of that, because you're able to handle it differently, because you're able to attack it from a different perspective, from a different angle. It's changing and it's evolving into something better. King of Wands here, this also is, like I said, you may be changing the way you see yourself. King of Wands can be fake it till you make it, and kind of becoming who you want to be and just embodying the energy of the person you wish to become. King of Wands is very much like an actor and a performer. However, I really love this energy for you right now. It feels bold. It feels like you're committing to what you're doing. You're not doing things in halves. And Sagittarius, you're not really someone to do things in halves anyways. But there's just something in particular more prominent this week, where there's something where you're like, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it properly. I might as well do the full shebang. I don't know what that means. What are you up to, Sagittarius? But you're like, eh, I'm not going to, you know. I actually feel like there's something about being secretive also. King of Wands can be obviously an actor, like I said. So with the King of Wands being an actor, and then I'm getting something where you could be keeping secrets, or someone's keeping secrets from you. It feels like you, maybe because of the fact that you're acting, you're the actor, there's something you're hiding from the world, but it doesn't feel necessarily bad. It might be. But it feels maybe that there's just something that is private and it is to be kept to you. It's no one's business. Three of Wands is expecting. You're expecting something. You're expecting someone. You're expecting... I feel like a lot of you're expecting... almost like... the calm before the storm. The way that he's looking out, look how chill everything looks. And I just feel like there's something here where you can just go, something's coming, something's brewing, what is it? Not necessarily bad, it just feels like you know that there's some type of calmness. With the Hanged Man as well, of me saying like you're forced to rest or something. Like there's this stillness around you, where you may feel a bit eerie or like what's about to happen, because there's just this place of you. If you're usually very busy, and even if you still are very busy, there's just this weird feeling blanketed across your whole life of like something's about to change. I don't know what it is, but something's about to change. Temperance is your card. Temperance is temperance. It's kind of like balance being restored. I feel like a lot of you This actually feels very literal and like a work-life balance type of thing. You may have been very, very focused on career for a very long time, wanting to find success in that, and now you're going to have a lot of love come in and it's going to balance out. Others of you could have been more focused on family and love, and you're now like, oh, I have passion, I have a purpose, and I want to make a name for myself in this field. I'm not sure, but there's this opposite of what you've been, there's this shift and this change and this balance coming in from work to love, or from love to work, and I feel as if you're like all into one area at a time, and now there may be this balance being found between the two also. Ace of Cups is new love. Now this doesn't have to be romantic, this could be a new soul coming into your life, there could be a new baby being born very soon, or a new soul could also be an animal, a fur baby coming in, but there's a new soul either way, a new character maybe entering your story that you're going to have a lot of love for and is going to have a lot of love for you. There's a lot of there's a huge connection between you and this soul. It feels like when it comes in, you know it was always supposed to come in. Like, if that makes sense. You may feel like you know this person or this animal, this creature. You may feel like you've known them forever or something, because it just feels right. Clarify the Hanged Man. You have the Moon. That's interesting. Right next to the King of Wands, where I said there's something about secrets, the Moon comes out, which is secrets. The Hanged Man being forced to rest, and the Moon. A lot of you are healing something in secret. You didn't tell anybody. You've got something going on, and it's no one's business. And even though it's no one's business, it's not like you're keeping it from anybody out of, like, they don't deserve to know my business. It's not like that at all. It's more like, you know, you'll be able to focus all of your energy on healing in the direction that feels most progressive for you, without others' opinions of what you should be doing, of how you should go about doing that, of what's the right thing. It's like your focus, you're locked in on how to heal, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, without others' outside opinions that haven't been in your shoes. The Moon is also like deep hidden emotions with the Hangman, and I feel like you could have a lot of inner turmoil or feelings and lots of emotions, like deep, very, very heavy highs and lows with that Moon card and the Hanged Man. And with the Hanged Man, I feel like you're learning to navigate, or you're learning to feel them out and not resist them. Especially Sagittarius, I feel like Sagittarius are very positive, very like wise, very optimistic. So if you aren't feeling the most positive, I feel as if you might beat yourself up about it. Like, oh, but I shouldn't feel this way, I'm in such a good situation. Like, there's something where, like, let yourself, if you're feeling down, let yourself feel down. Don't feel guilty for not feeling great all the time. Clarify the King of Wands. You have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords. Ace of Swords is clarity, Four of Swords is healing. Some type of clarity, truth, honesty, communication is actually going to be very healing for you. If you have been putting on a bit of a show, if you have been hiding things, I actually feel, weirdly enough, after kind of saying that you were, I understand completely there's secrets you're keeping or in order to heal. But with the King of Wands, I feel like the mask is going to fall, and there is something where you are going to communicate honestly, truthfully, and that is going to bring you a lot of healing to bring something out into the open. Clarify the Three of Wands. You have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is like a wish fulfillment from the universe, a gift from the universe, right? But you're not taking it. You're like, meh, don't really want it now. I just wanted to know if I could get it. Now it's sitting in front of me, I know I can, cool. Moving on. Like, there's something where something you asked for, something you manifested, something you wished for, prayed for, sitting right in front of you, and you're like, meh. As I'm saying sitting right in front of you, some of you are, if you're single, you're on a date this week, and you've like asked exactly for this certain type of person, and they're right in front of you, and you're like, oh, this is a bit scary, don't know what to do now, because this is exactly what I asked for. What am I supposed to do with this? Because you weren't actually expecting to get it, and if it's not that you weren't expecting to get it, it was that you weren't expecting to get it so quickly. You thought you were going to have like a buffering, like, you asked the universe for a specific person, you're like, oh, it'll take a few weeks or a month, and suddenly you're on a date with them and you're like, oh god, that was quick. Didn't have time to mentally prepare myself to actually meet my soulmate. Whatever this is about. If you're in a relationship, then obviously it's not that, but there's just something where you've asked for something, getting it, and then you're like, ooh, don't know if I'm ready to keep that. Clarify temperance. Also with that calm before the storm, it's something also where you're like, something's about to change in my life and I don't know what it is. So I don't want to take on and accept this cup that I've asked for, because this cup means that there's going to be another change when I already feel a big change coming. I don't want lots of change happening all at once. Like, that's overwhelming. So it's almost like whatever this is you've asked for, it could even be like a dream job, a dream opportunity to do something you've always loved and wanted and wished to do, and it comes in, but it's like, oh, these are weird times. These are weird times in the world and I don't really want to do that now. Judgment, clarifying temperance. I kind of feel like you're learning to enjoy being judged. Like, almost as if, for me to say that, it's as if you've found yourself time and time again in this place of, am I doing what's best for me? Am I following my calling, or am I doing this because other people expect it of me? Am I doing this for the right reasons? Is this my calling? Is this what's meant for me? Is this for the highest self, my best self? Or is this just what looks good? Is this like the right reasons? Is this most, I don't know, like, you know that there's a healed version of yourself, and then you know that there's a version of yourself that does what will please others or something out of fear of judgment. And there's something here now where you're almost learning to embrace and love doing what you want and being judged for it. Like, almost like you're anticipating, oh, I'm gonna get laughed at. I wonder how many people are gonna laugh at me. I wonder how many people are gonna laugh at me. I wonder what they're gonna say. I wonder, like, there's something where you're learning to love and find joy and humour and fun and happiness in doing what's best for you. Sometimes when you do what's best for you and you go with your higher self, people that haven't learnt to do that and don't have the courage to do that will judge you because of it, because they don't have the courage to go and follow their calling. They'll judge you for following yours. So either way you win, because you're actually like going after something you want and they're too scared. And I just feel as if you're learning to love that. You're like, yeah, you're laughing at me, but I'm laughing at you because you're not actually doing anything other than watching me and laughing at me. You aren't living your own life or doing the things you could be doing. You're too busy watching me live mine. So who's the real loser here? Clarify the Ace of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups. So somebody is very, 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 very sensitive and intuitive and psychic and loving and caring and empathetic of all people and creatures around her, or him. With the Ace of Cups, I feel like someone's going to match this energy very nicely with you, and it's very rare. When you're as sensitive as you are to other people's feelings and other people's hearts, it's very rare that you meet someone just as sensitive, or even like anywhere near as sensitive. So it's very nice that you're coming into contact with another soul that is just sensitive and aware and in tune, and I don't know why I'm getting careful. You're meeting someone that's just as careful as you are. I don't know, that feels very significant because it doesn't necessarily mean careful with others' feelings, but just in general, you're very careful. You're very careful and kind in all that you do, in how you treat people and animals and creatures. You're careful and you're gentle, and this person is the same. Not just with words, but with like even touch. There's just gentleness around you and this person. I love it. You match each other's sensitivities. You match each other's sensitivity levels or something. And this isn't like, oh, you're sensitive. It's you're sensitive in a good way, in a positive way. Like, we have senses for a reason, and you're highly aware of all of your senses. Like, you're sensitive. It's not, I don't know, sometimes being sensitive can be a insult that people use. But yeah, you and this person are sensitive in the most highest vibrational way ever. You're sensitive to, and it's more like, I guess a better way to say it is you're aware. You're very aware of all things, of all people, of all creatures, of all feelings and thoughts, and you're very aware and also very self-aware of, like, when you're self-aware, you're also able to be aware of other people because you've kind of met yourself very deeply. You can meet other people on that level, so you and this person meet each other very authentically and really. And if this is romantic, I really, really approve of this person. You have my acceptance. And if this is just a new soul, a new best friend, a child coming in, this is a best friend. Like, no matter what they're coming in, or even an animal, this is a best friend. You're the person or creature, whatever it may be. Like, I can't explain it any better than best friend. Even if it is romantic, it's still going to be, obviously, your best friend. Like, there's a deep mutual connection of both being on the same page, but also feeling things just as deeply, caring just as much, and being just as aware as you match each other so well. Sometimes you meet someone and one person cares way more than the other, and one person thinks way more than the other, but you and this person are actually very, very matched. I'm going to wrap your reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tall Tarot Tuesdays.